Hi friends. On this day I started the day with a smoothie, and the recipe is directly following this clip. I also wanted to tell you in the next few videos you may not see my face as much. I contracted a virus about a week and a half ago. This is future Vanessa. Hi. It turned my eyes red and made them all puffy, and I just was not looking my best. As you know, I'm looking much better now, believe it or not. So, I know I don't sound the best, but I just wanted to let you guys know that's why my face is not in the videos. And I will do my best to clip everything together for you and voice over and make good content for you. In my freezer, I had these 2 dessert cups. They are just frozen fruit that's mixed together. It's strawberries and little wild Maine blueberries. I needed to free up some space in my freezer, so I went ahead and used them. And I used about a cup of frozen blueberries. I added water just enough to come to the middle of the fruit, and I added a scoop of this Truvani protein mix that I got the other day. And then I added about 4 packets of stevia just to add a little bit of sweetness to the smoothie. And you blend it up, and it's delicious at the end. Here's my smoothie. Every day is different. Just depends on what I have in my freezer and my refrigerator. As far as what I put in my smoothie, I had that smoothie this day, and I also had one of the protein balls that I made for breakfast the other day. On this day, we went to the grocery store for the first time in 3 weeks. I was not feeling the best at this time, and I was thinking that my potassium was down because I have a history of potassium deficiency. So I was craving orange juice. So we went ahead and went to the store and got some high potassium orange juice. Orange juice is really high in potassium, so is tomato juice. So I did cook with tomatoes quite a bit, and we had some orange juice, and I'm feeling much better now. But I did contract the virus that I talked about earlier from one of my kids, so that's life. We got a few fresh things in this grocery haul, and we still have a lot of them downstairs, and we're doing great on the pantry challenge. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up and let you know what's going on. I'm going to first show you what I got at Lidl today. I got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bunches of spring onions. I have been really missing spring onions. We ran out within the first day or so, and we were really missing them in all of our dishes. My husband requested spring onion kimchi, so I'm going to make that for him during the pantry challenge. I got 2 small cabbages. We do have some Napa cabbage, but this cabbage is a totally different flavor and texture profile than the Napa cabbage, and we wanted to use some of this. I got 4 lemons because, as I mentioned, I've really been craving citrus and orange things and lime things, so I went ahead and got 4 of these. I'm going to end up using the lemon peel and the zest. I might even candy some of those, but I'm not really feeling candied anything. I just want the fresh citrusy sourness. I got 4 limes as well. The skin looked really nice, and I wanted to have some nice zest. The sound is my dog eating her food, by the way. I got 3 large bunches of some fresh cilantro because I wanted to make some cilantro lime rice. We really like anything that has to do with cilantro, so we got those. And my son requested this item a couple of times during the pantry challenge so far. We do a movie night where we have pretzels and mustard dip, so I went ahead and splurged and got 5 pretzels for a movie night because we haven't had one in a while. The total for this amount at Lidl
was $19.31. It seems a little bit steep considering this is all I got, but at the same time, it's cheaper than any other grocery store right now, so I was pretty happy with that price. Now, the next place we went was Costco. So I'll show you what we got at Costco. We kept it really minimal, only getting the things that we really noticed that, hey, we don't have that, but we really want to have that. You know what I mean? So a couple of times over the past 2 weeks, my kids have been like, Mom, I want a salad. Mom, I want a salad. And my kids don't say that, ever. So I went ahead and got this 6-pack of romaine hearts. Don't get me wrong, my kids love salad, but it was really unusual for them to have to ask me because, you know, it's usually part of the rotation for dinners. I got this giant thing of the organic Greek yogurt that's plain. It's the non-fat version, so it's a little bit more health conscious. I got that to put into some of the curries that I'm making. I felt like we're missing dairy, whether it's, you know, sour cream. We have a little bit left, but only like a tablespoon or two. I had to reconstitute some buttermilk powder and non-fat dried milk powder. I just really missed that creaminess, and so did everybody else. So we went ahead and got some of this to go with curry or when I make a lasagna or something like that. The next thing that we got at Costco, and this was kind of an impulse buy, but like I said, we were really feeling like fresh items. We're feeling kind of bogged down, kind of stale inside from all of the pantry staples we have. So I got some of this banh mi medley. I've never even made banh mi, so I'm going to try to see if we have the correct cuts of meat downstairs, or even if we don't, I'm going to try to fudge it because this looks really good, and plus I'm going to eat this just with rice as well, or whatever I have around. It'll be good. It's got spicy pickled carrots, cucumbers, daikon radish, jalapeno, green onions, cilantro, mint, ponzu, and lime. And that just sounded exactly like what we wanted right now. So I got some. This was $10. So it was quite the splurge for the pantry challenge. But if you see, it's a large container, and I'm hoping it will last us. The next thing I got was, of course, the orange juice that I've been craving like crazy. It's unlike me to crave orange juice unless my potassium is low. And I've also craved salsa and tomato products. And tomato juice has an insane amount of potassium in it. So I went ahead and got myself the organic one, and I will enjoy a nice glass of that in a minute. I also got this organic Jack's Cantina salsa. I could have gone for the shelf-stable one, but because we're craving freshness, I went ahead and gotten this one. We're getting ready to make some Mexican dishes, and I wanted to have some salsa. All right, so the total for 6 things from Costco was $38.75. And that also seems kind of steep to me. But that's what this is about, is seeing what we can get for how little we spend, you know, and making a do with what we can. I got this bag of mushrooms for $5 because we were there at the last minute and he just wanted to get rid of them. So he gave it to us at a deal. They're usually $8 a head. So we would have paid $16 for these, but I got them for $5. That's a tip. Get to the farmer's market last because they're more likely to give you a deal. The total for everything that I spent on this table today is $63.06. So I gave myself, let me turn you around.
My budget for 2 months is $80. On that grocery trip, I spent $63.06, so quite the expense. I hadn't gone grocery shopping for quite a few weeks before the challenge started, so that's why we went only 2 weeks in, we went to the grocery store. That means I have $16.94 left for the rest of the challenge. I hope I can make it. I'm almost out of yogurt, butter, and cheese. Those are really pricey items, but I'm hoping that if I dig down in my deep freeze a little bit more, I'll be able to find more cheese and maybe butter. I'm not sure. I don't think I have any extra butter down there. But $16.94 is definitely enough if I shop at Lidl to get some fresh produce for the last half of the challenge. So we will just have to make do, and I will find substitutes for butter to use and substitutes for eggs if we run out of eggs. I don't think we'll run out of eggs because my mother gifted me those 4 flats of 30 eggs a while ago for clipping her dog's nails and grooming her a little bit. So that's really what's getting us through this pantry challenge, are those eggs my mother got me. Eggs are super expensive right now, and I thought it was really sweet that she did that. She got them at a good price at Harris Teeter. It was $8 for 30. And the only price that I saw that might beat that is Costco right now. So that's a tip. Go to Costco if you need some eggs. They have some pretty good prices there. I believe it was around between $3 and $4 a dozen when I did the math. So you guys go check that out if you need some eggs. It might be different where you live, but where I live in Central Virginia, that is the price right now. I really am enjoying the pantry challenge. I'm learning a lot. I'm learning what we need more of in the house and what we need less of. For instance, we need to have more cheese, butter, and ground beef in the house. I was shocked to learn that we only have 2 more pounds of ground beef left. We have a lot of ground turkey, so I can substitute that. I also have learned that I need to keep more breakfast meats in the house because making breakfast from scratch gets really boring without some nice breakfast meat. So we may have to make do with a bunch of oatmeal bakes and things like that for the last half of the challenge. It's not going to kill us. We'll be all right. But kids are picky, so I really hope I can figure something out. I could bake some turkey sausage and see how that goes. I have ground turkey and I have the spices to add to it, so that will work out just fine. I did the same thing with ground beef this past week, and it worked out great for the biscuits that I made and the breakfast burritos that I made. I will post the video for those breakfast recipes here shortly. I made 115 servings of breakfast in one afternoon, so it was a really productive day. I'm really excited to share it with you and share the recipes that I made. For dinner on this night, I made a really delicious chickpea curry with everything that I had in my pantry, and now I'm going to show you how I did that and share the recipe with you.
It's dinner time, and I'm making some basmati rice. I'm putting some saffron threads into the rice, and I washed it and I covered it with 2 cups of water, and I'm going to make a chickpea curry to go with it. This is 2 tablespoons of ginger, 3 tablespoons of garlic, and 2 onions. Now I'm adding a tablespoon of chili powder, a teaspoon of cinnamon, a tablespoon of cumin, a tablespoon of ground coriander, and a teaspoon of turmeric, and then a heaping tablespoon of curry powder. Add 2 of those, so 2 tablespoons of curry powder. Next, we're going to add some canned tomato sauce. And I have these tins of canned cherry tomatoes, so I'm going to add those and just, looks like a sauce and the cherry tomatoes. And also adding a giant tin of fire roasted tomatoes. This smells amazing. Now I don't have cream, so I'm adding buttermilk. Reconstituted buttermilk. I reconstituted it about 2 days ago, so it's fully incorporated and it will add the perfect flavor to this sauce. So if you noticed, everything that I added to this is stuff that keeps really well. Onions, ginger, and garlic were the only fresh ingredients. Everything else was tinned and canned tomatoes, or you can, you know, can or tin your own. And buttermilk, you can either produce your own or get buttermilk powder and make it like I did. And the only other ingredient that goes in here is a large amount of chickpeas at the end. Perfect meal for storage, and it's super nourishing. This is my giant can of chickpeas that I got from Azure Standard. They are organic. Alright, now I have turned off the heat and I'm adding butter.
I like to have garlic naan with my curry, but I didn't have time to make it tonight, so I'm adding this butter, garlic salt, and fresh garlic mixture to this rice. And I'm just going to stir it around and make sure it's fully incorporated, and it tastes just like naan bread. It was so, so good. All I'm doing here is stirring in that butter and making sure it's nice and melted, getting everything off the side of the pot. And I'm going to add the chickpeas and stir them in bit by bit until I feel like it's enough chickpeas. This dinner was super nourishing. It made us all feel wonderful. It went a really long way, and it was delicious. Here it is at the end, all plated up. I added some optional sour cream and Parmesan for the children. It was a really great dinner. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, friends.